We have waited 27 years to fulfill that wish that he left us with. But we are here today, and we are able to grant him that wish. In keeping with his desires, we will keep these ceremonies simple. And it is left to the family, and I speak in their behalf, on behalf of the Marcos family, to thank all those who actually helped and made this day a reality. We thank President Rodrigo Duterte for his recognition of my father's service to the nation.
The decision to allow former President Ferdinand Marcos Sr. to be buried at the Libingan mga Bayani, LNMB, in 2016 involved multiple layers of political and legal processes spanning decades. Here's a chronological overview of key events. Following Marcos's death in Hawaii in 1989, his family sought to return his body to the Philippines for burial. However, then President Corazon Aquino imposed conditions, banning a hero's burial in Manila. President Fidel Ramos, Aquino's successor, later allowed the Marcos family to bring Marcos's remains back in 1993 under an agreement that it would be interred in Ilocos Norte, not at LNMB, to prevent public unrest. President Joseph Estrada in 1998 briefly considered allowing Marcos's burial at LNMB, but due to public opposition, he reversed this decision, and Marcos's body remained in Ilocos Norte. In 2016, President Rodrigo Duterte, who had openly supported Marcos's burial at LNMB during his campaign, authorized it, citing Marcos's credentials as a former president and soldier. Duterte's approval led to protests from martial law victims and other groups. Following Duterte's approval, petitions were filed against the burial. The Supreme Court reviewed the petitions, ultimately ruling in favor of Duterte's decision on November 8, 2016, stating that Duterte, as president, had the authority to allow the burial. The court did not initiate or order the burial itself, but upheld Duterte's executive decision. Marcos was quietly interred at LNMB on November 18, 2016, sparking protests and debates on historical revisionism, as many viewed this as a controversial rehabilitation of Marcos's legacy. In essence, while the Supreme Court confirmed the legality of Duterte's decision, it was indeed Duterte who authorized the burial, contrary to claims that the Supreme Court alone made the decision. This narrative shift has led to confusion, especially online, where some assert the court's role while downplaying Duterte's pivotal authorization.